Hello there, dead and lovely listeners, and welcome to another installment of the greatest horror movie podcast in all the known multiverse. Why, it's a very special Minisode of Dead and Lovely coming at you here with the host with the most. Why, it's me, Uncle Ben.
Me, Hollywood Steve.
And a special guest set of ovaries in the heezy. Who that over there? Who that pretty lady?
It's Tante Kate.
Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Sexy lady.
She's having a good hair day today.
Yeah, it's working for you.
Yeah.
It's working for you. The humidity is at that apex point where the hair gets big but not too wild.
Right.
Yep. It is. That's exactly where I looked in the mirror and I was like, good level of humidity today.
That's right. It's a good barometer.
Hair's nice and big, but not too frizzy.
Mm-hmm. And us three hombres and ombrette just went and saw Ari Aster's new flick, Midsommar, which we were very, very, very highly anticipating, considering that we absolutely loved his first flick, Hereditary, so much. We saw it maybe about 40 minutes ago, grabbed some food, and we have reconvened around my iPhone, hence the slightly lower than usual audio quality, to give you guys our fresh, off-the-deck thoughts about this flick, while it is still recent in our minds and hearts. Yeah. So as usual, whenever we do these minisodes on new movies, we'll give you guys a quick spoiler-free "should I watch it or not" review, and then after that, we'll get into the spoilery stuff. So up here at the front of the episode, you can use this as a way to find out if you think this movie is for you. Do you guys think this is worth everybody's dollar papers?
Everybody's? Maybe not.
Everybody? Yeah, maybe not everybody.
Maybe not everybody. I mean, if you like art, horror.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful movie.
Yep.
I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I think everybody that likes Hereditary would probably enjoy it.
I think so. It definitely kind of like feels like Hereditary in a lot of ways, and I'm going to try, just kind of like when we did Us, to not just compare it to that guy's first movie that was so amazing.
Right.
I'm going to try not to compare this directly to Hereditary, but I do think that if you liked his directing style and stuff that he put on display in his first flick,
especially.
Yeah.
Yes, this feels very similar.
Yeah.
Shot compositions, all that, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of it is still that like very Kubrick-y, like slow moving camera, slow pan out, slow pan in.
A lot of tracking shots.
Yeah.
Tons of tracking shots and stuff, yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yes, the cinematography in this is absolutely amazing. So
And
if you like a pretty
the opposite
movie,
of Hereditary, extremely bright.
Very, very bright.
yeah. If you've seen the trailers for this, you know that this is all about a commune / cult, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, in Sweden.
In Sweden, some American people go to visit it, and the entire thing is set in that season where they only have like a few hours of night.
In the middle of the summer, in fact.
Yeah.
And so that alone makes this flick feel really odd and interesting, because so many horror flicks, especially now, are all about that super dark, super grimy kind of tonal palette. And this whole thing is people wearing white, standing in the sunshine.
Yeah.
Blonde people wearing white.
Blonde people.
A lot of flowers, a lot of bright colors.
Now hang on, guys. We're not talking about Children of the Corn here. We're talking about Midsommar. Okay, keep it on topic.
Children of the Corn.
Wow, what a terrible movie.
That Eli, boy. Yeah, that was one that, like, I, as a kid, was like, I think this is all right. Then I saw it as an adult, and I was like, this movie fucking sucks.
I did the same thing.
It's not very
good. This is a
good.
scary movie.
Yeah.
Watched it again. I was like, oh no, this movie
it's not
horrible.
Yeah. So I tried to not do any research about this movie going into it. I tried not to read any reviews or anything. Like there's that big thing that came out a week or two ago with Jordan Peele where he was praising the movie, and I think he interviewed Ari Aster and stuff.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, and I've deliberately not read it because I was like,
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, because part of the joy of Hereditary, whenever I saw it, was that I just had no idea what to expect. Yeah, and the ads even for Hereditary were extremely misleading.
Yes, they were.
And that made the movie so much better for me, just to know that it did not go where I thought that it would. Did this movie kind of go where you guys thought that it was going to be going based on the adverts?
Yes.
Yeah. I just saw one trailer, and that's it.
Yeah, I saw the one trailer too, and I was like,
this is about what I expected.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is it spoilery if I say what I thought it was when I saw the trailer?
I mean,
now that you've already said you were
right.
right.
I've already seen it. Yeah. So I'm not going to say what I thought it was going to be.
Okay, we'll hold that over.
But I turned out to be exactly right. And maybe I think, like, maybe people, because some people don't like it, and maybe they were expecting it to go different than they got from the trailer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
It was less horror-y.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
than I was expecting.
Same.
Yeah, but I mean, it's horrific for sure.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
definitely a horrific movie.
Yes.
But I mean, considering that Hereditary was one of like the absolute biggest heavy hitters, like freaked me out worse than about any movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This isn't at that level of just like I don't think I'm going to be like, you know, freaking out about it in the middle of the night tonight like I was when I watched Hereditary the first time.
Yeah, probably not. But it's one that, I mean, the images that are already still in my head just staking out. One in particular, we'll talk about in the spoiler section. But.
Yeah. I would not recommend watching this movie while tripping balls.
No? Actually, I would.
Yeah?
I would, yeah. If you're one of those types that likes the hallucinogens, this one might
work out for you.
be fun for you.
It is a slow burn kind of thing. If you're into just the super, you know, jump scare, kill every 10 minutes kind of flick, I don't think that you will like this. I thought that you'd be listening to this thinking, I bet it's a slasher.
Yeah, if you know anything about Hereditary, you know slow. It's going to be a slow burn. So
it's a 2.5 hour movie, so it is a slow burn.
And I'll say it does feel like a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah,
it wasn't one of those where I wasn't
mad about it.
No, not at all.
But it was definitely like, no, this is how long I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
And I could say that there's possibly stuff that could have been cut out as far as like just things that are involving the commune and some of the practices and rituals and stuff like that. But to me, it really gave you a fully fleshed out feeling of what that summer festival and their commune and stuff was all about. So by the end of it, I really felt like I had a great idea of what that community was like. And community is a big message in the movie. So
I liked all those long tracking shots where it was just looking at people in the field, looking at people chanting in a circle, looking at which didn't contribute to the story at all.
No, but it contributed to the atmosphere.
It did. Yeah, it gave a nice eerie feel.
And it was, I mean, it's tense throughout.
Extremely.
Very tense movie.
Very much. Yeah, whereas like Hereditary just absolutely terrified me and just made my fucking palms sweat and me lose my mind while I was in the theater. This movie just made me feel really uncomfortable.
You saying your palms were sweating?
Mom spaghetti on my sweater already. The usual.
Yeah.
How it goes. One thing that I will say that I was happily delighted about that turned out well in this movie is going into it, I was kind of skeptical about the cast and the level of acting and stuff to expect, because Hereditary, I mean, you had Toni Collette, you had Gabriel Byrne, you had all these amazing actors that you know are going to deliver amazing performances.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know any of the main cast in this.
I knew one.
One of them looked familiar.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you what I knew him from.
The kind of smart ass
Have you
funny
seen The
guy
Good
Mark.
Place?
The Good Place? No.
Okay. Well, Chidi from The Good Place isn't.
Which one is he?
He's the academic fellow.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I recognize the kind of wise guy, smart ass guy in the movie Mark.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know him too.
something.
Yeah, he's in a ton of stuff. He's in We Are the Millers. He's in Bandersnatch.
See, I haven't seen either of those.
We watched We Are the Millers.
Do we?
Like the shitty Jennifer Aniston movie?
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Oh, so that's
semi-shitty.
Semi-shitty. He had some funny moments.
Yeah.
Right. I knew I recognized him from somewhere.
Yeah.
So going into this, I was kind of curious if we were going to get any great performances, because honestly, even judging by the previews, I thought that some of the dialogue and stuff in the trailer sounded kind of stilted and corny, but when you see it in context of the movie,
it doesn't play that way.
It doesn't play out that way, yeah. And in particular, you know, one part in the trailer where I was like, oh man, that's just really forced delivery, is because they're tripping balls at that part of the movie.
So, yeah, it made sense. I know which part you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's no spoiler, by the way. That's 10 minutes into the movie.
Right. So I was really delighted with the performances. Do you guys think everybody did a good job as a cast?
Phenomenal.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was
the main girl is
she was
unbelievable.
great. The dialogue had to have been changed and shaped by the actors, because they were talking so naturally.
Yeah.
I think maybe they came in with, you know, this is what you need to say. How are you going to say it? Like, how would you say this? So, yeah, I thought it was great. I thought the way that they interacted was so... You know what? Their acting seemed real.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
They did a good job.
They did a good job at acting.
Mm-hmm. And even the cult members and stuff like that, too, I thought were all very believable and very convincing.
Of course, they were speaking Swedish, so maybe they sucked.
I mean, I realized they're a cult. I never once thought of them as a cult.
Okay, they're a commune.
Yeah, commune. Yeah, that's what they referred to. Yeah.
I never once was like, oh, this is a cult.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It never really felt that way.
No.
Yeah, that's just a word that's kind of coming to mind for me. I'll say, man, Ari Aster, I just cannot wait to see what the future holds for this guy because
He presses all your buttons.
Dude, I know that the movie didn't weird you guys out too much, and Kate, you said Hereditary didn't freak you out at all.
No, I don't think Hereditary is scary at all. I just think Hereditary is an amazing film.
Somebody, I'll tell you what it is. I think that Ari Aster has listened to all the back episodes of our podcast and specifically figured out
you're afraid of.
Yeah, dude. He has figured out what my fear buttons are and is like, I'll just make movies that exploit those just to torment this guy.
If they fed our podcast into some AI, they could figure out exactly how to scare the shit out of us.
Oh my god!
All right,
I look forward to hearing about that. That'd be okay. Somebody start transcribing the podcast. Let us know how that goes. But that guy really does just have all of my fear buttons pressed. You know,
you got all the stuff, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you were wildly uncomfortable through the whole movie.
I was.
I was wildly uncomfortable through the whole movie because I had a full-blown panic attack before the movie even started.
No, they should.
Steven stands up and leaves, and we're like,
where'd he go?
Yep. I was standing at the back.
P.S. They should put that quote on the DVD box.
They should.
Yeah.
That's how scary it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But it wasn't. It was somewhat because of the movie. It was. Panic attacks for me seem to be caused by extreme overstimulation. And that was what was going on. There was just so much happening. But yeah, I was standing in the back of the theater, pacing the whole time, and still enjoyed the movie. So
imagine how much you like it when you're calm.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
Yeah,
level out, you'll love it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think if people who have panic attacks go in and see this, they might actually have. It did have triggering stuff, like a whole bunch of loud, very grating music at times, and then the visuals were just so big and bright.
Yeah, it's a very highly saturated, highly bright movie.
Mm-hmm. But there were other factors at play, including the lady sitting behind me chomping on popcorn, one kernel at a time, so fucking loudly.
She was getting her dollar's worth out of that popcorn.
Yeah, I standing up actually was the point where I was like, I'm getting out of this situation before I yell at this lady. But then I was like, what? I'm having a panic attack. That's what's happening. Why do I want to beat up a stranger? This old woman.
This little old lady chewing her popcorn.
Chomping on that stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Now, I got to ask you too, Steve, and this isn't really spoilery because you see in the trailers that there are hallucinogenic effects and stuff in the movie. I've never done any kind of hallucination-inducing materials. So, how accurate were the visual effects in this movie of portraying that stuff?
When they did the mushrooms, because the other drugs, they don't really say what they are, but the mushrooms, it was very accurate in the way they were talking and acting. It was extremely accurate.
Man, there were some weird-ass visual effects in there. It was so cool.
They say that the trees are breathing. Yeah. That is what it looks like. Things breathe. Things just kind of...
Yeah. See, I'd heard that from people before, that you'll look at the wallpaper and the wallpaper will be breathing. Yeah. But it has that kind of movement that we saw in this where it looks pulsating. I don't know. Yeah, they nailed that visual. I would assume the cinematographer and Ari Aster took some shrooms and figured it out. Because that's exactly what it's like. Honestly, it kind of reminded me of that old Windows screensaver where it would be whatever the screen was, but there'd be a ball rolling kind of underneath it. Yeah. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it would sort of magnify whatever the ball was.
Yeah, it kind of...
I hated that one.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hated
drive you nuts.
Maybe you should never trip balls. You look around and everything like, this all sucks. I hate it.
It also gives your brain the chemicals that make it go, I like that this is happening.
The missing part of the equation.
Right, yeah.
So I think that, is there anything else we can say non-spoilery about this movie?
No. I'm being very careful because I don't want to spoil this movie.
Okay. Yeah, definitely, because this is one of those you do want to go in unspoiled and unpolluted by your expectations and stuff. I'm glad that I went into it in the dark.
Yeah, me too.
There's not a lot of surprises.
Yeah, honestly.
But the visuals are so stark. I don't want to ruin that. I don't want somebody to expect that visual.
I would say going into the movie, if you're just listening to the spoiler-free part, going into the movie, don't expect it to be unexpected.
Yeah, it's not.
Expect it to be a straightforward movie. It's a straightforward movie.
Yeah, it is, because I kind of kept waiting for there to be that hereditary, okay, what's actually going on?
Right.
Twist, And it kind of plays out a little bit
It's just
straighter.
slowly, everything is just revealed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You go exactly where you know you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's very okay. Because again, dude,
it's great.
Ari Aster could have that possibility of becoming the next Shyamalan, where it's like, okay, what's the twist?
Yeah.
What's it going to turn out to be this time?
Right. So you're going to cut that off at your second movie.
Yeah,
very quickly.
That. Yeah, before it becomes your trademark. But already, man, I can tell you, we are so lucky to be around in the time of Jordan Peele, Ari Aster, what's his name that did The Witch?
Oh, Robert Eggers.
Robert Eggers, man. My God. I mean, what a lucky time we are to be around.
Yeah.
And it's cool, too, that this year we get all of those guys' sophomore movies.
Right. The Lighthouse comes out soon.
Yeah.
And, Jordan Peele's Us. We did a mini-sode on that.
Yeah.
Eventually we'll do a full review.
Yeah. And now we've got Midsommar. So all these guys are dodging that sophomore slump pretty damn well, if you ask
awesome.
me. I can't wait to see The Lighthouse, dude.
Yeah, it looks great.
Oh, my God. That's gonna be
just
awesome.
the visually, I haven't seen anything except that one shot of Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah, count me in. I can't wait to learn more about that flick. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that you guys go and check this one out. I think, do you guys want to rate it here in the spoiler-free part?
I just say go.
Go see it.
Go see it.
Give me your dollar papers.
Definitely go see
dollars.
it. Try to avoid spoilers if you can.
Yeah.
But it's not spoilery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you like Hereditary, if you like slow burn stuff, if you like stuff about communes, cults, other cultures, mythology, I think that you'll like this movie. So from here beyond, last spoilers.
Spoiler.
You have been warned. Here beyond last spoilers. So let's get in and spoil this thing up a little bit.
So this is a movie about a commune that does drugs and kills people, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's the basic idea of what ends up going on.
So it's the Wicker
here.
Man.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. That's what I was saying about the preview, is that seeing it, I was like, okay, it's going to be like The Wicker Man, or what's the other one? There's another British one I cannot remember that is similar. But anyway, and similar to The Kill List.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. And that is, again, from the trailers, I was like, okay, this looks like it's going to be a Wicker Man kind of thing. But I was like, but it's Ari Aster. He's going to sidestep it. When's the twist going to come?
Nope.
Turns out the twist was not a twist.
Twist was, it's similar to Wicker Man in some ways, but much more developed and way more, in The Wicker Man, they're mysterious. The people are mysterious the whole time. You don't really get what's going on. You just know that this is going to end bad. In this, we're slowly revealed every single thing about their culture, everything about how they put this festival together and what they do and why they do it. It's interesting. It's more scary because normally information makes things less scary, but in this case, the information is that's crazy, right?
What happens after you're 72?
You commit suicide in front of everybody?
Yeah. Holy cow, that was grisly.
That was very
Holy
It
shit.
looked so good.
Oh my God.
Did.
Man.
It looked
Oh
so
my God!
good.
When that
Their
lady's head hit the rock, it was just caved in.
Dude, and it showed her body kind of ricochet off the rock, and her face looked like somebody just rocket launched a basketball at her face, and it just fucking caved in.
And then the dude jumped feet first.
Bad move.
Why?
Dude. Why would you do that? She had the right idea. She belly dived that thing, belly flopped it. That was the way to do it. And then they smashed his head with that hammer.
But the thing that's interesting to me is that their entire culture and all this that they do is based on the writings of an incest-created oracle.
Yeah.
Deliberately inbred.
Yeah.
Deliberately inbred, physically deformed oracle.
And then,
what the fuck?
And he just draws shit and they interpret it.
He doesn't draw shit. He fucking finger paints.
Well, he finger paints shit,
What
and
the
they
hell?
interpret it, and they're like, I guess this is what he wants us to do.
I like how he had his little cloud seat that he sat on, that little thing in Mario that flies around. What was with that cloud chair
I
that he
don't
was
know.
on?
It was strange.
I was kind of expecting there to be more about that dude, because he saw him in the preview and he looks all deformed and he's got the big bee stung kind of lips.
Well, I mean, we know who he is, and we see him. They don't he's not the monster.
No, huh?
We see him a couple times.
He lives in the temple.
Yeah,
Draws the book.
that's it. So I mean, I liked that a lot. That basically, what it's the premise of the movie is what if God was insane?
What if he was one of us?
What if God was one of us?
Just a
slob like one of us?
You know, or like a stranger on the bus.
Trying to make his way home.
Exactly right. It's kind of like that as a movie.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like the real central question is this crazy? Is it any different than any other religion?
I know, right?
Because the ritual suicide happens 30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, it's quick.
And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I thought this would be a big ender. No, this is a beginner.
But then it's even kind of explained in a rational way where it's like,
exactly.
That's them saying thanks for a good, healthy life and not living it out till it spoils.
I couldn't disagree with it.
I mean, I fully support, Kevorkian doctor-assisted suicide. I fully support that. So
yeah, it's fine with me.
That's the way you want to go. It's your choice.
They explained it really well.
Yeah.
And it convinced me, too. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, sure.
If they want to do that, they do it.
I want to know how much of this is based on actual Scandinavian folklore, ritual.
Well, those runes were all real. The Elder Futhark runes.
Futhark.
Yeah, those are all real for sure, but this is going to take a lot of research to be able to unpack. This movie is just like Hereditary, where every scene has something in it that's like, oh, that's obviously supposed to mean something. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
And they seem to combine a lot of ritual pagan elements, but also like Swedish folk art.
Yeah.
And they put them, they like rolled them together and like in a way I've never seen. So they may have made like it's fictionalized, I guess. But it's such a natural blend.
It doesn't seem like they made any shit up. It seems like they might have combined things from a bunch of different
probably
traditions, sects, or whatever.
Unless Ari Aster is just like a dedicated dungeon master and he's like, no, I fleshed out the whole world.
Could you imagine playing D&D with Ari Aster?
No, I cannot.
That art style and all of the little pictograms and stuff that we see in the whole movie reveal a lot about what is going to happen. It's like a lot of stuff is just hidden in plain sight. And you said you'd seen that style of artwork and decoration before, right?
It's called... I don't remember what it's called. It's like rosemilling.
Okay.
I don't speak Swedish at all.
Wouldn't claim to.
It's probably
probably one of those. I heard he's good.
It's kind of like rosemilling.
Okay.
But a much better Swedish accent. I'm very sorry.
You tried your best.
But yeah, it is a very specific style of Swedish folk art. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like I love all of the like Norse folk styles.
Me too.
I think they're so pretty.
And it's all based around like little flowers and little wildflower designs and leaves and then all the
nature
people and stuff. Yeah, nature stuff. Yeah. Which there's a lot of nature worship in a lot of those ancient Scandinavian religions and stuff. Really awesome. I loved how the movie started with that kind of triptych that showed...
and
you went in reverse?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Well, it's kind of like on the left side of the screen, there was like death and agony. In the middle was like, looked like the summer festival. And then at the end was like this ascension, like happiness heaven.
Right.
That's how the movie starts. And it's like, that's even how the movie plays out.
Open.
That's the three acts of the movie.
I'm thinking of it... You are talking about the very beginning.
Yeah.
I was talking about that banner that they walk through, and you walk through it in reverse.
Yeah.
Just like with Hereditary, he starts the movie by like going into the world. Like Hereditary starts with that pan into the miniature. This starts with like opening up these curtains. Like, here you go.
Right.
Flip over the car. Drive upside down.
Yep. That was great. I loved that.
I did too. It was so good.
Really neat.
And that's the thing too, is like this whole movie could just be a bad trip.
Yeah,
it certainly could.
It could have all started with her doing those shrooms right when they got there, and everything that happens after that is just her dealing with all of her shit that she's gone through because did her sister kill herself and her parents?
Her sister killed herself and her parents. She sent her an email.
Were the parents in on it? That's the only thing.
Don't think so.
I don't think they were.
No, they were. I think they were asleep, and she ran pipes from the exhaust of the two cars, one pipe into their room and one pipe directly into her face.
Which was a stark visual.
Yes,
Holy shit.
was.
And later on when it shows her have that flash of like the dead people on the rock and the sister with the hose up to her mouth. Oh god, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So it starts with ritual suicide, and then another ritual suicide occurs when they get there. And
But it's for an entirely different reason.
entirely different reason, I guess. Though.
Well, look at it this way: the suicide of her sister and killing the parents was a selfish act.
It was.
And whereas these old people jumping off the cliff was a selfless act.
Yeah. So it's.
I mean, the parents didn't choose to off themselves.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think anybody committing suicide is considered selfless. That's a stretch.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
So there's a lot about mental health in this.
Yeah, what was the drug she was taking at the first of the movie?
Ativan.
Ativan. What is that?
It's an anti-seizure medication, but it's also used for like agoraphobia, anxiety, stuff like that. She seemed to have a lot of anxiety. Her sister was bipolar.
Right.
And they mentioned this about the Oracle. I can't remember what they said exactly, but they were talking basically
brain
about
unclouded or something like that.
Yeah, that his brain, because he's unclouded by normal cognition.
Yep.
Which means that he also like there's mental illness as we think of it, but in this case they're deifying it and saying it's not mental illness.
Yeah.
It's God talking to you.
Wow.
So that would then make it, from their perspective, that original suicide murder was God telling her to do it.
Wow.
Because she was bipolar. So she's hearing God.
Madness. Wow.
Yeah, there's I would say madness is at the center of all this. Mm-hmm. Just insanity. Pure madness. It plays out that way, too. Like, everything gets more and more and more crazy as it goes. Mm-hmm. But it's also like she comes to accept it more and more.
Yeah, definitely. She finds her place in this community.
Yeah. She finds a new family.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is really, I think, all about family and relationships and acceptance and stuff.
Definitely about acceptance.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
her boyfriend's a shit.
He was
Christian
terrible,
sucks.
right?
Like, he fucking sucks.
He was terrible.
He was such a dick. Like, he was so bad at communicating with her, and she tried so hard.
I know.
Like, he couldn't just tell her, I don't want to be with you because this is hard.
That is something that bothered me, because in all of the descriptors of this movie, it's like young American couple going through a rough patch. And it's like, she has no idea they're in a rough patch because all he's doing is lying to her.
Right.
Yeah, he don't talk to her or tell her anything.
Yeah, he didn't even tell her they were going to Sweden. And then it comes out at a party 2 weeks before he's about to go.
But haven't you known?
And then he was like, yeah, you can come, totally.
Right. Yeah, but thinking she just wouldn't.
Thinking that she wouldn't come, right.
Haven't you all known that fucking guy, though, that hates being with this chick and bitches about her all the time, but also doesn't have the guts just to break up with her? That's so cruel to keep somebody.
I've known many of them.
I've known many of them, and from my observations of them, it's not that they want to leave her. It's that they want to have someone there to justify their shitty attitude.
Yeah.
So, like, they would be that shitty without that girlfriend. But if they have the girlfriend, it's justified. They can be like, oh, it's my girlfriend's fault. And his friends that seems to be what has happened. He's told his friend every problem that they ever have is basically his girlfriend's fault, so they hate her.
Yep.
Yeah.
But she doesn't do anything but try to talk to him. It's ridiculous.
He seems like a piece of shit. Like, he just seems like he sucks, you know? He kind of looked to me like if Seth Rogen and Chris Pratt had a baby.
Yeah, a little bit.
He kind of looked in between those two guys to me.
Did his body weight fluctuate?
He seemed to be bigger before they got there.
Yeah,
And then,
I didn't
like,
notice.
But it was something about like the way his like t-shirt was like sitting on him, especially when he was like near the end and he was like kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
And I was like, he looks chubbier than he did earlier, but less so than he did at the beginning.
Yeah. I wonder if they just shot it out of order and he gained some weight or something.
Yeah. Or if it's something deliberate.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like, because it's Ari Aster, like,
it probably is deliberate. Yeah.
I would
fucking
think.
with me.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a lot of messages in here about selfishness and a community acting as a whole and how different that is.
Yeah.
They talk about how the Westerners come over there and they just kind of want to be selfish and claim this for me and that for you.
Right.
And they do that. I mean, you've got the guys who are the anthropologists kind of going over there to study for their thesis, this commune.
We're going to use this and publish it.
Yeah. Exactly. Take
well, there's
pictures
some
of
academic drama because one of them's going to do it and then the other one's like, I'm also going to do that.
Yeah.
That guy can't make decisions. He's real bad at making decisions.
It sure seems that way.
Yeah.
And also, too, good idea about having these guys come that are studying this as an anthropological thing because they're basically exposition machines.
Yes.
Yep.
And it makes it, you're like, yeah, of course. They would be asking these questions and getting these answers.
Yeah. Without it just being like, here, we're going to give you a tour. This is Elder what's his name. He does this and this and this. In this festival, we do this and this. It's like because these guys are studying, the exposition is kind of built into the story, which is nice. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of things where you can see the Westerners, the kids that come over to the commune, being very selfish, and being very possessive and everything. And then they get into this commune, which I think is what appeals to Danny about it. They get into this commune, and it's like when one person is going through pain, they all mimic it. And
that was insane.
Pain.
Yeah,
that really affected me, especially like when. The part where she starts crying because she saw him cheating on her, and then they're all crying. It's so intense. I was just like, I got caught up in it too. It was just like, oh god, yeah, I'm with you.
Well, that was a very intense scene where they were all like on top of each other and holding each other and matching her cry, not mimicking because it wasn't cruel.
No, they were matching.
Yeah, like. They were feeling it with her.
Yeah.
It was
It.
beautiful.
I really dug it,
Well, and that's in stark contrast, too, to at the first of the movie when she finds out that her sister and parents are suddenly all dead. And she's having this gigantic breakdown, and Christian, her boyfriend,
he's just
like
there.
Yeah, he just kind of sit like he has his arm like on top of her, but there's nothing really that he's doing to help.
Though there's not really anything you can do.
Ari Aster likes a screaming woman.
He sure does.
It is just a brutalized.
Well, he's definitely obsessed with the theme of grief and how to get past these devastating, terrible things.
Yeah,
I mean, there's magic basically in this for sure. There's some sort of magic to it.
Because that's the thing that I wanted to ask you guys about is because with Hereditary, basically what you find out is all this payment shit is fucking real.
Yeah.
Like there's devils in hell that are controlling this shit. In this movie, is there actually anything supernatural that happens?
Well, when she starts speaking Swedish suddenly, that seemed to be supernatural.
Oh yeah, she did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They basically like...
Or I mean, they're just tripping balls, and they were like, "Yeah, we understand you."
That's possible
because they were tripping balls,
right? Well, and also, they could understand English, so even if she was speaking English and tripping balls, they'd be like, "Oh yeah."
But I don't think Ari Aster is showing us something other than what is happening. Like he's not trying to trick us, right? So if she seems, I don't know Swedish. So I don't know that she was definitely speaking Swedish.
Yeah.
But it was subtitled. So we're supposed to know what she is saying, whether she's actually speaking Swedish or not.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
I like that not everything was subtitled too.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, especially when they first got there. It helps you, it helps the audience to feel also like what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Kind of isolated.
Yeah.
Like I just dropped in on this and I'm an outsider here. Yeah, which was really really cool, really effective. And I think essentially throughout the story, Danny comes to realize that, a lot of these people that she surrounded herself with in her life are selfish pricks just looking out for themselves and their own interests. And she gets around this commune of people who, like I said, will grieve with her, be in sync with her. And also, too, there's that crazy fucking sex scene.
Yeah, and that's... that was interesting because that's a rape, technically. That man was drugged and forced.
Yep.
That is
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. That is a rape scene that plays way different than one you've ever seen, for sure.
Very much, yeah. But even then, it's like, like the chicks like moans become everybody's moans with all those naked women.
They're like around it dancing, making the moans. But one lady starts pushing his butt.
Which is also like subtly funny. Yeah. Without ever getting full on ridiculous.
There was some humor in this too. Like the one guy, the asshole guy.
Mark.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah. He's probably the main source of humor.
Yeah. And he's just kind of like a dickhead.
Yeah, he's just dumb. He doesn't realize like, oh, this is all super serious. He's just there to have fun.
Yeah.
And doesn't really work out for him.
Gets his face cut off, I guess.
Yeah.
Who's wearing that face?
That was
somebody.
That was brutal looking.
And I think that's the point, is that I realized kind of by the end of it, it doesn't even matter who was wearing his face. It was them.
They're essentially the same person. That's like the beauty of their commune, is that they all work as one. Yeah. 100%.
And part of me is like, wow, that means that, what's his name? Pele, the friend that was running the commune. it almost makes him seem very distrustworthy that he would just suddenly just turn on his friends and not care about them or anything.
Right.
But at the same time, it's for the greater good of his family,
it's for his
commune and stuff.
And one of them is going to get something positive out of it, I guess, right?
I suppose.
She ends up being the May Queen.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet, I guess.
I think.
She joined. They brought her on. She was one of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seemed to kind of
she
find
needed
her
that.
place there. Yeah.
Though I don't know that. I mean, definitely none of them deserve to die. They didn't do anything worthy of death. But to these people, death doesn't mean anything really.
That's true too. Yeah. So it's not like they were just malicious, bloodthirsty.
Yeah, they know that the person they're killing probably doesn't get it, but they feel like it's going to be fine.
Yep.
What did you think about that one part where I can't remember what his name was, the Indian dude that was there with his?
Oh yeah,
The
the
British
couple,
guy?
couple from London. Yeah,
He ended up in that chicken coop.
Oh, that
Yes.
was so pretty.
flayed in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that right there is something that I did recognize from like Viking culture and lore
Yeah,
and stuff.
the
lungs being ripped out through your back. That's like a Viking execution method.
What's it called again?
I like
can't
how
remember.
they were breathing.
Oh my God,
something
it's still
eagle.
alive. Yeah, I can't remember what that is called. Yeah, it has a name though. But that was something I was like, oh man, that's straight out of Norse shit right
Yeah,
there.
it was dope. And like they take all the dead bodies and make art out of them, basically.
Dude, they look so
And
crazy.
it looked really cool.
Everything is so pretty. Like all of them, the gore is so hardcore.
Yes.
And it was beautiful.
It looked
All of it was gorgeous.
Perfect. They killed some people, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people might have died to make this movie.
that suicide was like, what
Ooh,
the
man.
That looks so real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even when
dude.
they brought them in to burn them, like it just
faces
and you,
are all smashed.
like you saw the bone, like the jaw bones. It was so good.
Yeah, it was.
And she has that dream where she sees the head like reform and stuff.
But everything
damn.
stayed so bright.
Yeah.
Like
They didn't hide any of it. They didn't have to.
Yeah.
The makeup effect was perfect.
Well, that kind of goes back to that thing I was talking about when I was talking about why like the gore in Santa Clarita Diet is so unnerving to me. Is because it's plainness.
Yeah.
Because it's not shot like horror movie gore.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, here it is.
chewing on a finger.
Yeah, chewing on a finger. This is like, well, here's a guy's face smashed in.
Yeah.
Past that, there wasn't. I mean, there was some gore, I guess.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it wasn't.
I'd say there's a good bit. I mean, the guy with his lungs out, they cut off one dude's face.
Yeah.
We see a leg just sticking up out of the ground.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
That's some inventive.
Were they trying to grow him? Were they like, we'll plant his leg here?
grow a man?
Grow a man.
That's a good question. I'm not sure about that. There's plenty of nudity. Ari Aster loves naked people.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about the way because like with Hereditary, I thought that's what a cult would look like or whatever. With this, it's like again just natural bodies.
Yeah.
No, it's not models standing there. It's people who look like
just like
normal people.
Yeah. Nor was it like intentionally grotesque, disgusting people.
Just people.
Yeah.
Just nudity.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We also get some dick in here.
There's some old floppy dick flopping around in there. You can't run with a dick and look serious. You can't.
You can't because it's just flopping around.
I don't really know if you can stand with a dick and look serious.
That's
They
true.
look silly.
Having a dick is intentionally silly.
I think the next time that I see Tom Cruise running in a movie, I'm just gonna imagine
his floppy
what his
dick.
dong would be doing, just side to side, just going plumb apey in there. He tends to run quite a lot.
He does. Well, yeah, because he's short, and when you're running, you don't look short.
Soundtrack in this was sick, man.
It was.
Whether
it was amazing.
it was ambient soundtrack stuff that was for the viewer, or it was actual. There's a word for that when the music happening is being heard by the people in the
yeah,
movie.
there is a word for that, and damn it, I can't remember.
Kev Bickerdike knows.
I bet he does. Kev Bickerdike's on top of it. The soundtrack, like, it gets so intense, just
Yes,
like
it
with
does.
Hereditary, where
Rise up slowly and shit.
It's so perfectly matched with the feel of the movie too.
Yes.
Like, it's not like the music is making you feel tense. What's happening is making you feel tense, and the music is making you feel tense. So you're just like, tense.
Perfect storm, man. Perfect storm.
Perfect storm.
How about this? Did you guys have any complaints about the movie? Obviously, we all really liked it, but what did you not like about it?
I'd have to see it again. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
I
really
know.
said fine. I didn't see anything in there that I disliked.
Yeah. I think I was so gripped and just so in the movie that I couldn't really find much to complain about. I kind of forgot I was watching a movie. I'd
say second round, I'll find edits.
Yeah.
Because it's a slow burn, and it's a 2.5 hour movie, and it feels like a very slow 2.5 hours.
It does. Yeah.
So I imagine second round I'd find edits. I'm more excited to see it the second time to watch the background stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, because there's a ton of shit.
Yeah, I had to stop myself from doing that at the beginning of the movie.
I did too.
Because I was like looking at everything like, what's that mean? What's that mean? It's like, you couldn't possibly know. Like,
watch the movie. I did the same thing. I was like, oh, and this is happening on the wall in the background.
Did you catch?
There's art in the apartment that was like a girl and a big bear.
Yes.
Oh my God,
a princess with a big bear. Yes.
Which is the end of the movie.
She and her boyfriend are standing in front of it in the same positions. And that's what happens. Yeah. He gets sewn into a bear who's been hollowed out, which is brutal. What the hell?
Man, what a way to go.
Yeah.
And knowing too that while he was in that bear costume being burnt alive, fully conscious.
Yep.
Just couldn't talk or move.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking terrible.
I felt more sorry for the guys who were just sitting there as well. Like, I don't know why they
the
have
ones
to.
who volunteered.
Yeah, they threw in 4 or 3, 2, just 2.
Two of their own.
They threw in 2 of their own people.
Well, 4 of their own. 2 are dead.
Yeah, 2 are dead. Right.
And then the 2 volunteers.
Yeah.
And then 4 outsiders.
Right.
And then the May Queen picks the 9th.
Did you notice like? There was one scene where I think it was when they were like carting her off in like the little May Queen cart. There was a huge face in the trees.
I didn't see that.
Dude, it was huge. Like on the left side of the screen.
When all of the
face.
foliage was like breathing as she was going by it.
Yeah.
One of
Huge
like they hit.
As I said, I was in the back pacing, so I caught, especially near the end. I was just catching glimpses, so I didn't see that, but I'm sure it must have been pretty clear. Yeah.
I think
so. What would that stuff? I wonder what that would. Is that personifying the world, basically? Saying,
I think so,
they get there, because they do talk about that when they're doing the maypole thing to see who can last the longest. That like they're drawing this energy up from the earth. I really dig that. That's interesting to me.
Oh, and I love when she was tripping and she see like grass growing through her hands and stuff. God, that was so cool.
It was cool.
That was so cool.
Man. I really enjoyed this.
I did too. Like I said, I'm sure that the second time around I might find some little nitpicks here and there, but nothing really is coming to my mind off the top of my head that I could really complain about. It is long. It's going to take up a lot of your day to watch this movie.
Well, and you're probably going to be thinking about it for the rest of the day or whatever.
I'll be honest. I was so anticipating this movie. I was so excited about it that like 1 or 2 times this week I caught myself like waking up in the middle of the night like wondering what this movie was about. Like I'd been like dreaming about it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's like it had really kind of gotten in my head that this was going to be awesome. And it was.
Yeah.
I really fucking liked it.
I don't think there's any reason to rate the movie, honestly, because I couldn't be accurate about it.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw it like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, and I need to see it a second time. But I would say positive or negative, positive.
Yeah.
Very positive.
And
on a scale of 0 to 1, 1.
Totally. On a scale of yes to no,
yes.
Yeah, so we look forward to hearing what you guys thought about the movie. Let us know on the Facebook group or the Discord or just wherever you can find us there. Where can they find us on them social medias?
You might find us on Twitter and Instagram at Dead Lovely Pod. You can find us on Facebook, Dead and Lovely Horror Movie Podcast Group. YouTube, we got one of them.
We do.
You can also email us at deadandlovelypod@gmail.com. And also we have a Patreon, patreon.com/deadandlovely. Go become a patron.
Give us your dollar papers. Really appreciate our patrons. You guys are absolutely fucking awesome. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this very special Dead and Lovely Minisode. Thanks to Tante Kate for bringing the estrogen to the party.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. You did it. You fucking did
it. Go me.
And thank you guys so much for listening. Be sure to tune in next week for another brand new episode coming right on at you. Be sure to rate and review on iTunes.
Yeah.
Booyah. Scold. Scold.
Scored.
Bye.
Bye-bye.